Today's quarterback
for your Nintendo Entertainment System. Choose an opponent. Then gets
time for the VCR to leave home.
The decade of the 70s belonged to the Pittsburgh Steelers. 4 Super Bowl trophies are theirs. The stars then, you remember them, Hall of Fame quarterback Terry Bradshaw. He threw to the acrobatic wide receiver Lynn Swann. And Steeler defense, players like Pro Bowl linebacker Jack Lambert, the leader of the Steel Curtain Gang, Mean Joe Green, and the running style of the elusive Franco Harris. But today's Steelers feature a much different cast. As Chuck Noll is rebuilding this franchise, he looks to quarterback Bubby Brister to connect with his receiving leader, the ever-dangerous Louis Lips. The running game has been bolstered, too. It's been bolstered by an outstanding rookie, top draft choice out of the University of Georgia, Tim Worley. The defense is still Steeler defense. It's hard-hitting, featuring the AFC's best turnover ratio. And the special teams showcase the game-breaking efforts of a world-class hurdler with all that worldly speed, Rod Woodson. Today, the Steelers try to end the decade of the 80s by keeping their wild-card playoff hopes alive at home against the Patriots on Week 15.
NBC Sports presents the National Football League. Today, it's the New England Patriots versus the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Welcome to Three River Stadium in Pittsburgh. It is sold out, but we'll have plenty of no-shows today. And because of the weather, that's the reason why a lot of people will stay at home and be warm. 4 degrees, wind chill of -9. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Jim Donovan, along with Jimmy Cefalo. Ice cold. All 3 rivers are frozen today in Pittsburgh. Players frozen, too. How do they stay warm? How do they get the feeling today?
Well, a variety of ways. In cold weather, it's easier to dress up to keep warm as opposed to warm weather where you can't take enough of the clothing off. Some players wear the bodysuits. Others, Jim, I'm not afraid to say, will wear pantyhose. I mean, I wore them when I played. They keep you nice and warm. They'll wear them under the uniforms. Other players will wear gloves. Steeler quarterback Bubby Brister will wear gloves for the first time in his NFL career during a game today.
Now, the Steelers do have playoff possibilities. Let's run those down for you right now.
Well, Pittsburgh needs to win their final 2 games of the season to have any shot. They also need some help. Cincinnati and Cleveland have to lose at least 1 game apiece. And the Steelers need the Buffalo Bills to win that AFC Eastern Division.
But they could still not make it. If that scenario happens, the Steelers would be eliminated even if they won today. Now, New England is out of it, so they are looking for next year.
Right, and for the Patriots, it's an important couple of games because the coaching staff will be looking to find out which players quit and which players do not quit in the final 2 weeks of the season, despite the fact they're out of the playoffs. What they'll be looking for today is to find out if they've got a quarterback for the 90s. That quarterback may be Marc Wilson. Raymond Barry will take a look at him this afternoon to find out that very important question.
And so the New England Patriots will kick it away. That's Jason Starofsky. Has it on the tee, ready to go. Week number 15. Rod Woodson is back deep, second in the AFC on kickoff returns. Able to bust long ones, though, at any time. 4 degrees, -9 wind chill, and the Steelers need wins. That's their part of the whole business. They must keep on winning. The kick is short, and Woodson takes off from his own 13-yard line. Carries over the 30, and a nice run back for Woodson with that adjustment, and he brings it out to the 34-yard line. Tackle was made on the play by Howard Fagans. Bubby Brister and the Steeler offense out for their first possession. The offensive line coming along. Jackson, Reenstra, Dawson, Long, and Toon Chilkett in the backfield. Bubby Brister joined by a good rookie running back, Tim Worley. Merrill Hodge, a rookie wide receiver out of Arizona, Derek Hill. Louis Lips and Mike Malarkey. In third down passing situations, the Steelers bring in Mark Stock, another rookie wide receiver, and a running back, Rodney Carter, who will also double up as a wide receiver. On first down, Worley gets the carry, slips and falls behind the line of scrimmage. He'll go back to the 31-yard line. Kenneth Sims and Ed Reynolds were coming in on the play and forced Worley to the outside before he wanted to get there. The Patriots defense, Sims, Goad, and Williams up front. Schultz gets the start today for the injured Vincent Brown. Reynolds, Rembert, and McGrew round out the linebacking crew. Then in the third down situations, when the Patriots go to their dime, Fagans and McSwain come in to join this secondary of Hurst, Claiborne, James, and Marion. Second down and 11, a loss of 1 on that first down play by Worley. Merrill Hodge in the backfield, the lone back behind Brister. 3 wide receivers in the game now for the Steelers. It's Hodge. Carries out to the 36-yard line, and he's wrapped up by the nose tackle, Tim Goad, So it will be 3rd down and 8. New England's defense, when you consider, Jimmy, that terrible night against Green Bay in the preseason when they lost all of those players, Tippett, Lippett, and Veras, they've played well.
Oh, they've played extremely well. And their feeling, as we talked to many of the players yesterday, is that next season, when they get those 3 All-Pros back, the players who stepped up this year and taken those positions will be better prepared next year. And this is one of the teams to look for in the early 1990 season. They'll have the depth that most teams look for because of the injuries this season.
Here's Brister on 3rd down and 8.
No.
On the season, he's completed 55% of his passes. On 3rd down, they haven't been very good, short of 30%. He unloads high, and it's incomplete off the hands of Rodney Carter. And so the Steelers go 3 plays, and they'll punt on their first possession as he drilled that ball up to Carter.
Well, you got to think Weather is taking, had a little bit of the part of that ineffective series by Brister in the Steeler offense. The slip by Worley on 1st down. No one touched him when he fell to the ground. This turf is frozen. And as we all know, Brister's got a great arm, but if you throw the ball that quickly to a receiver who's got those frozen hands, you're going to get a lot of drop balls.
Irving Fryer is back deep for the Patriots. Errol Tucker was scheduled to take back punts and kickoffs, but he has a sore rib, so Fryer is back there. He'll receive the Harry Newsom punt. Good defensive stand by the Patriots on their first chance against the Steeler offense. Newsom had a rugged year last year. He's had a better year this year, although not a very good first punt on week number 15, as it will stop up near the 35, out near the 38-yard line, and New England takes over there. The Patriots offense via Farrell. Farrell missed last week with a sore ankle in Miami. He's back in today. Babb, Fairchild, and Armstrong. Armstrong being their best offensive lineman. Wilson, Perryman, Stevens, Hart Lee Dykes, who's coming on as a rookie wide receiver. Fryer, and the tight end is Lynn Dawson. Then the Patriots in 3rd down situations go to their jet offense. Cedric Jones and Eric Sievers come in. 1st and 10, New England. Good field position to start it off at the 38-yard line. They're on 38. And here comes John Stevens. Stevens goes out to the 40, and he is trapped there. Gerald Williams, the nose tackle, is in on the stop, along with Keith Willis. Let's meet the Steeler defense now. Willis, Williams, and Johnson up front. Hinkle, Little, Osowski, a rookie right here from Pittsburgh. He's out of Pitt. And Greg Lloyd, the linebackers. Lloyd had a big game last week against the Jets. Then when the Steelers go to their dime, Johnson and Hall come in. And the Steelers secondary, the attorney at law, Dwayne Woodruff at one corner, Woodson at the other, Lake, a rookie, and Everett. 2nd down at 7. Stevens got 3 yards on 1st down, and he gets the call again, running, trying to get to the block of Armstrong, but the Steelers get there and drop him for a loss. Back to the 35-yard line. Gerald Williams and Tim Johnson are there.
Great penetration. This New England offensive line has been moved around because of injury in the past couple of weeks. But take a look at it. From the inside, Gerald Williams over the nose tackle, getting the great penetration, and Stevens doesn't have time to get turned upfield.
It's 3rd down and long now, 3rd down and 12. Stevens came into the game with 757 yards rushing. So the Patriots will go shotgun now. Marc Wilson, the 4th quarterback this season for the Patriots. 4 wide receivers. Eric Sievers is going in motion on 3rd and 12. Down the sideline for Hart Lee Dykes. The ball was thrown behind him, and it actually ran off the back of Delton Hall, who was on the coverage. Hall coming in on the dime situation. And so the Patriots, like the Steelers, go 3 plays, and they'll punt.
This is definitely the kind of weather that favors a defense. It's tough to get warmed up when you come out, especially if you're a 3rd down wide receiver just coming into the game late. That's Hart Lee Dykes. Now, Wilson will look to him because of his great size. He's about 6'3", good height, and they'll throw the ball downfield with the hopes of trying to get him to outjump a defensive back. Didn't work on that occasion.
First punt of the day now for Jeff Feagles and Rod Woodson, and he looks like the masked man there, doesn't he? Looks like he's going to hold up a wagon train with that face mask guarded up by his mouth and nose area. Feagles slipped when he was punting, lost his footing. The ball bounces to Woodson at the 27. And out to the 32-yard line. 37-yard punt. But it was almost a disaster. There is a flag down on the play because when Feagles was planting, Jimmy, as he was moving towards the football, he slipped and lost his footing.
This is a frozen turf, and you'll see slips throughout the afternoon.
Tom Dooley's our referee today, and it's holding against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
And what happens, Jim, on a turf like this? It gets very, very slick. There's been some snow here, as you know, in the last few days, and when the turf freezes, it just turns into ice, and there you see the slip, unable to plant with the left foot. And he was fortunate to get that kickoff as far as he did.
It was on the run back. That's where the penalty was. And so the Steelers are going to be moved back to their 22-yard line. No score, 11:33 left here in the first quarter when we come back.
Holiday greetings from Budweiser. The people who bring you Budweiser wish you and yours the very best of everything this holiday season.
They predicted a gloomy year for everyone. But they didn't count on Mazda, with cars and trucks engineered to feel just right. Now Mazda is racing toward an all-time sales record, with record-setting deals that can save you up to $1,000 now. So come get a record-setting deal at the Mazda Race to the Record. At your local Mazda dealer now.
Did you know that now almost any size business can save with AT&T? If your business is spending as little as $50 a month in long distance, you can save 10 to 28% or more with the new AT&T Pro Watts. It works over your regular telephone lines, and you automatically get bigger and bigger discounts. The more you spend, the bigger the discounts. Whether you're spending $50 a month up to $5,000 a month, we have the one plan for you. Call us. We'll even waive the sign-up fee. Pro Watts, another AT&T advantage.
Well, the Steelers and Patriots have not met in some time. 1986 was the last time, right here at Three River Stadium in New England behind Steve Grogan that day. Shut him out. 34-0.
Of course, Rod Rust was on the other side of the field at that time. Rust, now the defensive coordinator for the Steelers, spent many years as a coordinator for the New England Patriots.
And he sent a number of Patriots defensive players to the Pro Bowl. That's Tom Moore, the offensive coordinator of the Pittsburgh Steelers, on the sideline. Bubby Brister, 1st and 10, Steelers. Second possession, a lot of time, and across the middle it's Lewis Lips. And Lips goes out of bounds at the 44-yard line. A 22-yard pass play. As Lips came across the middle, they were trying to get the ball more to him now in the last couple of weeks.
And this is one of the ways to do it. This is actually an option route. He has the option of continuing all the way across the field if he sees the drops of the linebacker, or hooking up in the middle. Here he continues all the way across, and you're right. As we talked to the Steelers yesterday, they said one of our priorities is getting the football to Lips 4.
Boy, if Brister gets that much time, he could have a big afternoon. He had a lot of time in that backfield. Merrill Hodge up the middle. Into New England territory to the 45-yard line, and he'll have another first down. He picks up 12 yards, and that looked like one of those famous Steeler trap plays along that offensive line.
It hasn't changed throughout the years. In the Super Bowl years, they were trapping with their guards and tackles, and here now in the modern era, as they're trying to reach the playoffs, check the pull by number 74, Terry Long. That's what springs the running back through the middle. The reason that Terry Long is so effective as a guard, he's the shortest lineman in the NFL. When he traps, he comes off the center's block, and defenders have trouble finding him. He surprises many of them.
New England territory now for the Steelers as 2 consecutive first downs. Derek Hill and Lewis Lips, the wide receivers. They're in an I formation in the backfield, and Bubby Brister has to call timeout. Now, yesterday he told us they were going to audible almost on every player. At least they have that opportunity. We'll come back and see what Bubby does after he visits the sidelines. 10:34 to go in the first quarter, and still no score from Pittsburgh.
They predicted a gloomy year for everyone. But they didn't count on Mazda, with cars and trucks engineered to feel just right. Now Mazda is racing toward an all-time sales record, with record-setting deals that can get you $750 cash back on 89 Mazda trucks now. So come get a record-setting deal at the Mazda Race to the Record. At your local Mazda dealer now.
Some people see shaving as something you do for 3 minutes a day. At Braun, we see it as something you do for a lifetime. And we think you should make the best of it. The Braun shaver, with its 3 shaving positions. designed for those who choose to make a virtue out of necessity. Braun, the world's #1 selling foil shaver.
Oh, 5 more minutes. It's our anniversary. Let's call in sick.
Can't.
Oh, 10 years deserves something.
True.
Haven't I made you coffee for 10 years?
Haven't I had to drink it? Now, come on.
Why?
Show your friends this. Happy anniversary.
Oh, it's beautiful.
The Diamond Anniversary Band. This year. Tell her you'd marry her all over again.
Okay, I'll show him. Tomorrow.
NBC Sports coverage of the National Football League is brought to you by Budweiser, Beechwood aged for that clean, crisp taste. This Bud's for you. By Braun Electric Shavers. It is through superior design that superior performance can be achieved. And by Mazda Cars and Trucks. Mazda, it just feels right.
Welcome back to Pittsburgh.
This is the reason that Brister called the timeout. That's the nose tackle, Tim Goad, and Brister is reading him all day. He's usually lined up over one of the guards. There he was lined up over the nose. Brister will run away from him all day long, audibly at the line of scrimmage.
So they have to use the timeout, and on 1st and 10, Brister's putting it up. He's got Derek Hill open. All the way down to the New England 11-yard line, a 35-yard pass play, and Brister's come up with 3 big plays in a row.
And he needs a big game if the Steelers are going to have any shot at making to the playoffs. He's not thrown a touchdown pass in the past 5 weeks. Some of that has been out of his control. He's had some balls dropped, that kind of thing. But take a look at it. A great pattern by the rookie Derek Hill, going to the post and then back to the quarter against the veteran Raymond Claiborne, and a perfect pass by Brister.
But this is where the Steelers have had trouble. Right when they get to the 10-yard line, trying to score, Merrill Hodge goes inside the 10 down to the 8-yard line, and I take you back a couple of weeks to prove that point. Against Houston, in a game that could come back and haunt them if they don't make the playoffs, they were inside the 5 twice and had to settle for field goals each time. And Merrill Hodge is a key man inside the 10-yard line, too.
Well, he led this team in rushing a year ago and in receiving, and now when you have the rookie Tim Worley coming in, he's taken a bit of a secondary role as far as a running back is concerned, but he's still key to them, especially inside the 10-yard line.
Chuck Noll looking on. It is 2nd down and 7 from the 8. They can get a first down at the 1-yard line. He'll go to Worley this time. He hurdles and scores. Touchdown, Steelers.
Looks like the trap block again. It is. This time they pull the other guard. 79 John Reinstra comes through, makes the block, and that opens the big gap up the middle for Worley, the rookie.
And week by week, he keeps getting stronger and stronger. Worley, who missed most of training camp.
Look at the left part of your screen. The great block by 79 Reinstra, and that's what opened the hole.
Gary Anderson's point after try is good, and the Steelers jump out to a 7-0 lead. As we'll watch Tim Worley once again, the rookie out of Georgia.
Watch that left part of your screen. Watch the great block. It's Reinstra, and also in the middle, Dermonte Dawson, number 63, the center, seals the inside. A gaping hole for Worley to run through.
9:45 to go in the first quarter. Steelers lead.
They predicted a gloomy year for everyone. But they didn't count on Mazda, with cars and trucks engineered to feel just right. Now Mazda is racing toward an all-time sales record, with record-setting deals that can save you up to $1,000 now. So come get a record-setting deal at the Mazda Race to the Record. At your local Mazda dealer now.
In response to popular demand, we proudly introduced the Nikon Teletouch 300, a totally automatic dual-lens camera that significantly reduces red eye.
Hero, cologne for men. When you have these, why would you need a Black & Decker Power Ratchet? Because it's faster, easier, and works in lots of places manual wrenches can't. The Black & Decker Power Ratchet. It's really turning a lot of heads.
Come home to the best in college football as Auburn battles Ohio State in the Hall of Fame Bowl. Then number 5 Florida State takes on 6th-ranked Nebraska at the Fiesta Bowl. And a game that will determine the national championship as number 1 Colorado battles 4th-ranked Notre Dame at the Orange Bowl. New Year's Day, the best bowls are on NBC.
Back in Pittsburgh, a quick drive, and it covered 77 yards, and Worley gets the touchdown, and so New England trails 7-0 as Patrick Egu takes it from his 8-yard line. He's got a hole up the middle. He fumbles. Steelers were all over it, but then a New England player jumped in and got to it, and the official says it is Patriots' ball. Boy, Egu coughed it up, and they were all black and gold clad players around it, but the Patriots come up with it. It might have been Wansley that came up with it. George Wansley might have recovered the fumble. Here's Egu coming. Watch him. He gets stuck right there.
For just a second, it looked like he was going to have a hole to get some room in. Tim Tyrell, I think, was the one who really popped it loose, number 23. And then they blew the opportunity. Egu jumped back on top of it, but for a moment, a couple of Steelers had a shot, especially A.J. Jenkins, number 99.
1st and 10, New England out of the I formation, trailing 7-0. Cedric Jones down the line in motion. Wilson to pass. Across the middle, it was almost picked off by Jerry Osowski, the rookie from Pitt. A 10th round draft choice. He would have been long gone if he held on to it. He was trying to get the ball to Perryman.
It was a check down route. You know, he just sneaks out of the backfield, and he was surprised by Osowski coming over. But Wilson got away with one. He was just trying to dump it off. Take a look at it. Nobody's open downfield. Perryman, number 34, sneaks down for a little release valve, and Osowski really just walked into the play.
So New England avoids disaster twice. The fumble on the kickoff and then a near interception. Wilson's going to keep it and go, and he goes out of bounds at the 33-yard line. All right, let's go to NFL Live right now. Here's Bob Costas in New York with this update.
Okay, Jim, big one at Riverfront on the game's first play from scrimmage. Houston fumbles. David Fulcher recovers for Cincinnati. Boomer Esiason immediately cashes in 22 yards to Eddie Brown. The Bengals must win to stay alive. If Houston wins, they clinch the Central. 7-0 Cincy in the first. Jim?
All right, thanks, Bob. 7-0 here. Steelers lead over the Patriots.
And that's an important game for the Steelers. They really need Cincinnati to lose that football game. That will take care of one of the variables, one of the many variables they need to make it into the playoffs.
The Patriots are in their jet offense on 3rd down and 6. Wilson throws across the middle, and the rookie Hart Lee Dykes makes the catch and is nailed by Thomas Everett. But he's got a first down out near midfield. Hart Lee Dykes has come on in the last 3 or 4 weeks. Cincinnati leads, as Bob told you, 7-0. Green Bay and Chicago are tied at 7-7. That game in Cleveland is a big one, too, as the Browns are struggling to make the playoffs. No score there. Miami now leads 10-0 over Indianapolis. Remember, they're tied with Buffalo in the AFC East, both at 8-6. And Detroit is coming on, aren't they, Jimmy, the last few weeks?
Yeah, the run and shoot. They're talking about scrapping it, including a tight end next season. Maybe they'll change their mind.
On first down, Robert Perryman. Inside Steeler territory down to the 48-yard line. We talked to Perryman last night, and he went to Bourne High School in Massachusetts. But he did grow up in the Pittsburgh area. His parents went to school here. So he said, you know, I really was a Steeler fan. I remember Franco Harris making the immaculate reception against the Raiders here. He didn't have tickets that day, incidentally.
He said he stayed here until he was about 13 years of age before moving away, and really wanted to wear the black and gold of the Steelers at one time in his career.
So Perryman has become a good back for them. He's had a fine season, and he set some goals for himself, and he's starting to reach them, catching the football and running. He got 3 on first down. They're in Steeler territory. 2nd down, 7. Fryer in motion. Wilson goes underneath, and Eric Sievers is there. And Sievers is inside the Pittsburgh 45 to the 44. David Little and Brian Hinkle are on the tackle. The 2 inside linebackers. In fact, all 3 are there for Pittsburgh, as Olszewski was there, too.
Now, what a story for Eric Sievers this year. He had, as you see, just 3 receptions in the previous 3 seasons. And he came over as a Plan B free agent from the Rams. And here in the throwing offense, already has 47. Leads the team in receiving this year.
Sievers can double up, tight end, and as a wide receiver. 3rd down and 2. 3rd down conversions this year. New England is close to 35%. And they'll go a shotgun formation right now with Stevens on the left of Wilson. And wide open is Sievers, and he's got a first down. Inside the Pittsburgh 35, and he's bumped out of bounds. Carnell Lake is over to drill him out along with Olszewski. Lake is a story, too. Imagine he was a linebacker at UCLA, but realized that his chances of being a linebacker in the NFL were not going to be that good. So he went up to the coaches at UCLA and said, you know, teach me how to play the secondary, because that's where I think I'm going to be in the pros.
And he wound up as a 5th-round draft choice, which for someone switching positions shows you the kind of ability he had. He had 24 sacks in his college career at UCLA, so he was someone who they saw had the ability and the speed to make the switch.
Now, in the meantime, Wilson and the Patriots are really moving. Perryman. And he gets up near the 31-yard line. Robert Perryman out of the University of Michigan. He's wrapped up by Gerald Williams, the nose tackle, and Tim Johnson.
Perryman told us last night he had a couple of goals coming into the season. He wanted to have 600 yards rushing, and he's getting close to that. He's got nearly 500 now. And he also wanted to go up to 30 receptions on the year. He had 26 coming into today's contest. So even playing with someone like John Stevens in the backfield, where they want to pound away with him as an all-pro or as a rookie a year ago, Perryman has still improved a great deal this year.
Now, Sievers is at the bottom of your screen as a tight end. They had 3 wide receivers in. Second down, Wilson throws down the middle, and there's Hart Lee Dykes again. And he makes the catch, and that big target really showed up there as he just stood up tall and made the grab. They throw that ball up by his collar, and that's very high. Carnell Lake, who's a big guy himself, he takes the worst of that lick.
The biggest surprise, we did a couple of Patriot games earlier in the year. The biggest surprise has been this man, 88, Hart Lee Dykes. I was critical of him early on in the season. He was half-hearted coming across the middle, didn't want to go after a football. And today already he's made 2 tough catches for a wide receiver. He's improved greatly. One of the problems he had coming into this offense is that he was a late signee. He didn't sign until the end of August for the Patriots. It took him a while to become adapted to the pro game. But as Raymond Berry told us last night, the advantage of having someone as big as Hart Lee Dykes is that he gives you another dimension. You can throw the football up in the air, let him go after it.
Carnell Lake is being walked off the field, but under his own power, he's okay. Well, what a large man you are, really, now to come back and compliment Hart Lee Dykes, because that was a brutal assault on him some weeks ago.
Right. It's easy to criticize sitting up in the booth, and he wasn't playing very well
wrapped
this
in
season.
an electric blanket. I'll say it's easy.
But you got to give him his due. He's really performed well over the past few weeks.
It's 1st and 10. New England at the 17. Larry Griffin has come in to replace the injured Carnell Lake with Irving Fryer in motion. Here comes Stevens sweeping. Boy, tough go for him. Maybe a yard to the 16. They'll give a yard to the 15. NFL Live update. We go to New York once again, and here's Bob Costas.
All right, Jim, now pay careful attention. Ron Stark punts for the Colts. Here's Scott Schwades for the Dolphins, wearing whose old number? Jimmy Cephalo's, that's who. And doing number 81 proud. 70 yards later, he's in the end zone. Dolphins have a crack at the title in the AFC East, and for sure, if they win their last 2, they've got a wild card. They lead 10-0 in the first. Back to Jim and Jim.
Jim and the magical number 81.
Yeah, you know, they gave it to 3 very fast guys. You had Howard Twilley before me, and now you got Schwades. 3 guys who really sped up the field.
John Stevens coming near side this time. And coming up to really force him out was Larry Griffin. Griffin and Olszewski were there to come up and turn the play inside, and Stevens has run out of bounds. So it's going to be 3rd down for New England.
We mentioned this offensive line had trouble because of injury, but they're starting to perform well. 62, that's Sean Farrell coming around on the pole. He doesn't get a piece of very many people. That's really all John Stevens. They got a hook block from the tight end, 87. That's Lynn Dawson, is key to John Stevens in this running game of the Patriots.
Now, they were throwing the ball very effectively, but they get down deep here, and they've run themselves into 3rd down and long now, 3rd down and 8. 4 wide receivers in. The 1 back is Perryman as Wilson unloads for Dykes. He's got it. Up near a 1st down. Should have it if they give him a good spot, and I believe they do at the 6-yard line. It will be 1st and goal, New England, as Dwayne Woodruff is there. And I'll tell you, 88 is a busy guy.
Hey, another tough catch, too. Those slant patterns is the toughest route for a receiver to catch. You know you're going to get clocked, and he got enough for the 1st down, which is unusual for a rookie. He knew exactly where he had to get to. That's a big-time play by Hart Lee Dykes.
1st and goal, Patriots at the 6. Now remember, on this drive, it started actually with the kickoff. And remember, Patrick Egu coughed that up, but New England recovered their own fumble, which Steelers draped all around Egu. And they've been able to move it down the field, trying to tie the game. Perryman. He tried to run left, then try to cut it up the middle. There's a loose ball on the field. The Steelers say they have it, but the official appears to believe that the ball has been blown dead as Greg Lloyd is trying to come out of the pack. And Lloyd spikes the ball in anger, but the Patriots players are saying the play was dead, the ball was down, and it's their ball. And you see Tom Dooley pointing down to the ground.
Let's find out if it's a correct call or not. It's Greg Lloyd, number 95, and it does appear that he hit the ground. As we all know, the ground cannot cause the fumble, and that's apparently what happened. I think it's a good call by the official on the field.
Boy, what about Lloyd last week against the Jets?
Hey, he got into it with Marc Wilson just a moment ago. This guy doesn't like quarterbacks very much, does he?
Patriots have called a timeout. They used their first timeout.
Let me tell you why that's not a very smart call. For this reason, they're reviewing that in the booth. Now, we think, apparently, that it was a good call on the field, that he went down to the ground. But why would you call a timeout right before they're going to make a decision in the booth? You run another play, it can't be looked at again. Now they've got all the time in the world to look at this thing and change their mind. That looks like it comes out now from that angle. What do you think?
Could we see it again?
If we can look at it again, I think it comes out at a second look at it. And I'll tell you, that may cost the Patriots the football by calling it timeout.
Now, see, he's juggling the ball right there. Then he tries to put it away. So this play has been called dead on the field. His knee was down.
Now, the ball comes out before he hits the ground, but the whistle blew. And what they're saying is, as we know also, once the whistle blows, it can't be changed in the booth. But on the field, if you're a coach, after a controversial play, run it as quickly.
So it is just strictly a timeout for New England. They are not reviewing the play because the decision was made that the ball was blown dead. New England has it. Second down and goal at the 5-yard line. Patrick Egu checks into the game at running back along with Perryman. Marv Cook is in at a tight end as Perryman gets it and plows for a tough yard and a half, and that's it.
I got to tell you, I think the officials blew that call, though. I mean, a whistle may have blown on the field, but he was still moving, and that ball popped out before it hit the ground.
Tough sledding for Perryman as he's inside the 5 down at the 4.5-yard line, and it will be now third down and goal. New England yet on third down. Raymond Berry and Marc Wilson have had the magic on third down here today. They're 3 for 4. Steelers lead 7-0. Tim Worley went in from 8 yards out. And New England's trying to answer back. Big play, third and goal. Walmsley, no go. He's down to the 2-yard line and runs into the arms of Greg Lloyd. Now it's fourth down. Now you're not going to the playoffs, Jimmy. You're 5-9. What are you going to do? Do you go for it on fourth down?
Well, I think it's about 2 yards away, so I'd kick the field goal, and that's exactly what Raymond Berry is going to do. What a great surge by that front 7 of the Steelers. This defense is much improved over the past few weeks of the season.
Now, can you believe they didn't throw the ball down there?
I'm
close
surprised.
like that. I mean, why wouldn't you just loop it for Hart Lee Dykes? He's so big and tall.
That's one of the advantages of having a receiver as tall as Hart Lee Dykes is.
Jason Starofsky is 11 for 13 since rejoining the Patriots. From 21 yards out, he hits it, and the Patriots are on the board. It's officially a 20-yard field goal for Starofsky, who's now 12 for 14. New England on the board. It's 7-3 Steelers late in the first quarter.
Life's full of simple pleasures, like the comfort of Levi's jeans. Or had you forgotten?
It began as a game. It turned into a battle. And now, it's out of control. Bud Bowl 2, coming January 28th. This time, it's war.
This is really weird. I have to shampoo a lot. And every time I do, my hair gets wet, but my scalp gets dry. It's tight and itchy. The more I shampoo, the drier it can get. Now, I can't stop shampooing, but I can use this. New dry scalp shampoo from Head & Shoulders. Made a different way, so it doesn't dry out your scalp like those other guys can. Try Head & Shoulders new dry scalp shampoo and help wipe out dry scalp.
NBC Sports serves your need to know all week long. Dial 1-900-454-3500 for NBC Scores Plus. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, anywhere in the USA.
Back in Pittsburgh, Jim Donovan along with Jimmy Cefalo. Jason Starowski kicks a 20-yard field goal, capping off that New England drive and gets them on the board. It's 7-3 Pittsburgh. And Rod Woodson is set to go to try and take back this kickoff. New England had the ball, 1st and goal, but couldn't get it in as they ran 3 running plays and opted to kick the field goal on 4th down.
Last night when we talked to Raymond Barry, he talked about the effect of having a tall, big wide receiver like Hart Lee Dykes. And he compared them to the old days, not in ability, but in size, with Max McGee and Boyd Dowler and the Packers. And I'm surprised, as you were, Jim, they didn't try to lob it to him down there in the end zone.
Here's Woodson taking off from his own 11. Oh, look at that speed. Up to the 39-yard line. He was through that crease up the middle in a blink. Good return by Rod Woodson with 1:49 left to go here in the first quarter. That's the danger of Woodson. I mean, he is really so quick. Watch him go.
Well, it's a middle return, which is unusual, too. That's the toughest for a return man because that's where all the bodies are located. But he doesn't need much of a crack, as you mentioned in the open of the show. He's a world-class hurdler and was 2nd in the NFL's fastest man competition to Darrell Green 2 years ago. Tremendous speed.
1st and 10 Pittsburgh. They scored a touchdown the last time they had the ball. They lead 7-3. It looks like Brister's checking off now at the line of scrimmage.
Again, he's reading Tim Goad, the nose tackle. He's running away from him.
Fakes the pass, gives it to Worley. He's sweeping. Down the sideline goes Worley. Big run down to the New England 39.
Did you see this block downfield by John Jackson, number 65? He leveled the quarterback going down that way. This is a bit of misdirection. Everybody going to the right, and they turn around and give it on the reverse. Now watch 65. Jackson. Knocks Raymond Claiborne over, and that gives Worley another 5 yards downfield.
Incidentally, credit Merrill Hodge for a big block on Lawrence McGrew. McGrew was coming on an inside rush. Hodge bumped him off the play, and then Worley had the corner. Worley has 29 yards rushing so far here in the first quarter. So it's 1st and 10 Pittsburgh, leading 7-3. Here comes Hodge, and Hodge runs right into Bruce Schultz, the former Seattle Seahawk, getting the start here today for the New England Patriots. Cincinnati now is up their lead, 14-0. James Brooks with a touchdown. Houston having trouble there. No scoring Cleveland. Green Bay, Don Majkowski has thrown a touchdown pass as they lead over Chicago. He threw it to Perry Kemp. Miami now leads 10-7. As the Colts get a touchdown, and Detroit, behind 2 Bob Galliano touchdown passes, leads over Tampa Bay. 7-3 here, Pittsburgh. Steelers must keep on winning to keep any hopes of going to the playoffs alive. 2nd down and 10. Brister back. He throws on the wrong side of Dwight Stone, who had to come back and try and make the catch at the 31-yard line. It's incomplete. The rookie out of Southern, Maurice Hurst, was over on the coverage. He's had a good season. Now, he's been in there for the injured Rod McSwain, at least early in the season, and he leads the team in interceptions with 4.
Yeah, he's a 4th-round choice out of Southern University, and I don't think they expected him to play as much or as well as he did, but with the injury to McSwain, who, by the way, is now back and healthy, but not starting, they really have a find in Maurice Hurst.
54 seconds left, first quarter. It's 3rd down and 10. Steelers have 4 wide receivers in. Merrill Hodge in the backfield. Pump fake. Now he's got to get out of there. He's in big trouble. Up the field, incomplete. Diving for it was Mark Stock, a rookie out of VMI. On the coverage was Howard Fagans. But all 3 New England Patriots rushers, Brent Williams, Tim Goad, and Lawrence McGrew, were in the backfield chasing Bubby Brister.
Well, Brister has got the great movement out of the backfield. We know that about him. He also has the very, very strong arm, but here he just has nobody downfield and intelligently gets away with throwing the football away. Chuck Knoll told us yesterday the thing about Brister, what he's been doing lately, is making the right decisions, the smart ones. he's very pleased by his performance, despite the fact that this Steeler offense is 28th last in the NFL in total offense.
Newsom's first punt, 26 yards. It slid off the side of his foot. That's Errol Tucker, so he is back there playing with a sore rib. A low snap. A knuckleball inside the 20, inside the 10, and a good Steeler roll. Dwight Stone is just going to watch it gettle down by the 5-yard line. There's a flag down upfield, though. A flag down by where the line of scrimmage was on a 34-yard punt, and it's coming back. It's against Pittsburgh, and you know that the Patriots will want them to punt that one over again. Boy, when he hit that ball, it looked terrible, but there was a method to his madness there, Jimmy.
Yeah, sometimes luck is better than method. That's what it comes down to. It's a low snap, actually.
Fourth down.
And he was just happy to get it away. You know, a punter back there with a low snap, they'll panic on occasion, but he's just a two-step punter, and that takes a lot less time to get it off. But he got a bit lucky with the roll.
And the penalty was on A.J. Jenkins for motion.
Newsom back.
Boy, that's tough to give up when the ball goes inside the 10 down at the 5-yard line like that. And now Newsom will have to punt it over again. Errol Tucker started the year with Buffalo, and now he's here in New England. 7-3 Steelers, 32 seconds left, first quarter. 4 degrees, -9 wind chill here in Pittsburgh. Good high punt. And they race down, and Dwight Stone gets on it inside the 5-yard line. Good special teams play by Pittsburgh. So bad field position for the Patriots down at the 5-yard line. Second half of our doubleheader. Most of you on these NBC stations will see the Buffalo Bills in a major game for them. They head west to San Francisco to take on the 49ers. That's coming up next on most of these NBC stations. Now kick off the new year in style with NBC's Championship Monday College Bowl lineup. The excitement begins with the Hall of Fame Bowl, where the SEC power Auburn Tigers take on the Buckeyes of Ohio State, then the high-scoring Florida State Seminoles battle Nebraska. Then it's the game for the national championship, Colorado and Notre Dame. Championship Monday here on NBC. New Year's Day, New England deep in their own territory, and they go to Robert Perryman, and he runs it out near the 9-yard line. Tackled by Gerald Williams, and Greg Lloyd is on top along with Rod Woodson.
Tackled by Gerald Williams.
Perryman's been busy today, and we haven't seen that much of John Stevens. We'll see more of him as the afternoon goes along, as the first quarter is over here in Pittsburgh. Up and down the field they went. The Steelers on a Tim Worley touchdown, and the Patriots on a Jason Starofsky field goal. It's 7-3 after 1.
My dream car would be a truck, a Nissan hardbody. I'd race in Baja. Whoa, wait a minute, time out. Make that the mountains. With nobody around except my girlfriend. And a pizza. And my boss. Somebody's got to wash the truck.
It's a Radio Shack Merry Christmas.
What'd you get the boys?
Radio Shack's radio-controlled cars. A dual-speed White Tiger Turbo with spring suspension to hug the road. A high-speed Golden Arrow off-roader with lightning response to leave them in the dust. And a turbocharged Ferrari that will burn up the racetrack.
Bob, you got 3 cars. We only have 2 boys.
2 little boys and 1 big one.
Radio-controlled cars from $9.95 to $119.95. Only at Radio Shack, the technology store.
In 1859, Isaac Cook created a great American champagne to launch the great American clipper ships. Today, people are still launching celebrations with Cook's Imperial American Champagne.
Hit it, boys.
Isn't there someone you know who could use a skill twist this Christmas? The skill twist. The practical gift for practically anybody.
New Year's Day, come home to the best in college football. Kick off your day with the Hall of Fame Bowl. The Southeast Conference co-champion Auburn Tigers, the Giant Killers, battle the high-scoring Buckeyes of Ohio State. New Year's Day, the best bowls are on NBC Sports.
And you've got to wonder about the future as far as the New England Patriots and Doug Flutie is concerned. He got his shot in the middle of the year and did not perform up to expectations. this is a team that's really looking for a quarterback, and Flutie, you got to wonder if he fits in their plans. Tony Eason, of course, waived, and now with the Jets starting today for New York.
Second down and 8 as we start the second quarter. New England is pinned in at their own 10-yard line, trailing 7-3. And Wilson right back up the middle, throws in the direction of Irving Fryer, who is complaining that he was held on the play. Now right behind Fryer was Hart Lee Dykes, but the pass was intended for 80 Irving Fryer, who's had an injury-plagued season, but it all started when he was late for training camp too. He was a holdout.
Yeah, that was one of the problems. These Patriots, when you look at them,
they're loaded with talent.
They are
really,
loaded.
especially offensively at the real skill positions.
Exactly, but they have had so many injuries. They are the most injured team in the NFL. All-pro after all-pro has gone down for this team, particularly defensively. But they've had 18 people on injured reserve at one time or another during this season.
Third down and 8 from their own 10. They're 3 for 5 on third down conversions. Eric Sievers in motion. Big rush from the outside. He gets it away. Sievers has it, but short of the first down. Tackle on the play by Thomas Everett. Jimmy, you talked about injured reserve. Here they come, the New England Patriots, who have been on IR right now or at some point during the season.
Kind of looks like our credits going up the screen. There are a lot of people involved.
That is amazing.
And it's tough to overcome that kind of an injury list. You know, it happened in every single position. We mentioned the 3 key defenders who went out in the same game in preseason. Varys, Tippett, and Lepet all went out at the same time, but they've been affected at every juncture of their football team.
Rod Woodson stands at midfield. Steelers should get good field position. Here's Fiegels from his own goal line. Low snap, handles it. Good punt by Fiegels. Way back goes Woodson at his 38. He's got to crease up the sideline. And he is pushed out of bounds by Rod McSwain at the 41-yard line. A 45-yard punt. But Woodson returns it to the near sideline over by the Steeler bench and gets them in New England territory to start their drive, leading 7-3. This is the 15th Sunday. Cincinnati blowing Houston away 21-0. So that AFC Central could go right down to the last week of the season. Now Green Bay and Chicago are tied. Miami's lead has been sliced into as Trudeau has thrown a touchdown pass in that game for the Colts. Detroit leading Tampa Bay 14-0. Kind of surprised that Kansas City has not scored yet. They're playing in brutal cold weather at Arrowhead. Tim Worley. Good run. Up near a first down inside the Patriot 35 down to the 34-yard line. Fred Marion is over on the tackle.
A good running back has to make at least one person miss. That's the key to being a good runner, not just a fair one in the NFL. He makes number 38, that's Roland James, miss and gets enough for the first down. Worley has that slashing ability. He's a big man, not small by any stretch of the imagination, 6'2", 228, but he also has the slashing ability to get around people.
Roland James couldn't pin him down there. First down for the Steelers and a quick handoff play, and diving up the middle is Merrill Hodge. Well, that's a nice 1-2 punch they have when their running game is clicking, Jimmy. 2 different kind of runners. Worley, a big guy that can get to the outside, and Merrill Hodge gets the cleanup yardage, doesn't he?
Yeah, and he's also a good receiver coming out of the backfield. This is a Steeler team when you look at them. If they can straighten out their offensive line, and it looks like they're starting to do that, this is an offense with Brister beginning to mature that can win in the NFL for a long time to come.
Hodge has run for 24 yards, Worley for 40 yards. Chuck Noll has to like what he has seen so far, especially in the last few weeks. They won at Miami. Last week they pitched a shutout against the Jets. Malarkey, the tight end, in motion on 2nd and 5. Oh, he didn't know where to throw it, did he? He couldn't get rid of it. He kept pump faking, and I think it finally deflected off Tim Goad. But Brister had nowhere to go with the ball. I mean, he was just flustered right there.
Well, the man who he wanted to go to is Louis Lips. I mean, he only had 3 receivers into the pattern. That was one of the problems that Brister found. They had a zone defense downfield, and with a zone behind it and only 3 people in the pattern, there's no place to go. Now, take a look at Lips right there on the bottom of your screen. This is that option route we talked about. See that zone? Everybody's sitting in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
He doesn't get open until he crosses the numbers on the other side. By then, it's much too late for Brister to throw the football.
Lips is having a fine season. He has a catch here today. It's 3rd down and 5 now. Shotgun. Brister forced out of the pocket. Brent Williams is right on his back. He's throwing and stopped. The rookie has it inside the 5.
This is an absolutely great throw by Bubby Brister, rolling to his left and throwing with pinpoint accuracy. Most quarterbacks running to their right might be able to get away with this, but Brister to the left. Now look where he had to put it, only on that one spot just inside the bounce marker, and a good catch by Mark Stock downfield. The longest catch of his career by Mark Stock.
Out of VMI, the rookie makes the grab. It's 1st and goal Steelers. They have the ball close to the 1-yard line. Craig Wolfley is into the lineup now as an extra blocker, and he is also an eligible receiver. Handoff up the middle, touchdown Steelers. Merrill Hodge. Hang on, do we have a flag down?
It's out of that or just a yellow piece of cloth that's laying there on the field. Yes, we do.
It's on Brent Williams of the Patriots offside. Decline, and the touchdown stands. Merrill Hodge scores.
See if they go to the trap down here on the goal line. Usually that does not occur. Now it's straight ahead blocking. Following once again, Terry Long, number 74, with a nice block pulling from the backside, and John Reinstra, number 79, and Hodge gets in for the score.
Gary Anderson's extra point is up, and it is good. And the Pittsburgh Steelers have a touchdown in the first and a touchdown here in the second as Merrill Hodge goes in from 1 yard out. Here it comes. Brister to Hodge off the left side, barrels in behind good blocking, and the Steelers, in a game they need, are winning 14-3.
The writers of Motor Trend magazine road tested a lot of cars before the Mitsubishi Galant. They road tested a lot of cars after it. But no other car was so well conceived, so well crafted, so thoroughly satisfying to drive. And that is why they marked the occasion in the most significant way they could. They named the Mitsubishi Galant Motor Trend Import Car of the Year.
It's 11:35, and Roseanne Horn is learning all about her antifreeze. The hard way. Don't push your luck. Guarantee it. With advanced formula Prestone.
Come on, answer.
Happy holidays from all of us at Angel Soft and Georgia Pacific.
A classic Christmas ballet comes to the ice with America's sweetheart, Dorothy Hamill. It's a holiday special for the entire family. NutraSweet presents Dorothy Hamill in The Nutcracker on Ice. Next Saturday on NBC Sports World.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Merrill Hodge gets the touchdown, and there you see him in the background. It only took 1:36. Both of their touchdown drives have been short of 2 minutes. I think their first touchdown drive was 1:48. Big plays set him up. First of all, a good punt return by Woodson, but then a big pass by Brister to the rookie Mark Stock that got them 1st and goal. Here's Errol Tucker for New England. Going to the far side of the field, and Errol Tucker still going. It's kind of hard to find him once he gets in a crowd. He's on the short side as he brings it out to the 25 to the 26-yard line. David Johnson in on the tackle for Pittsburgh. Cincinnati jumps out 21-0 as Boomer Esiason has thrown a touchdown pass there. They lead over the Oilers. Minnesota and Cleveland are in the second, no score. Jim Harbaugh has thrown a touchdown pass to tie up that game with the Pack at Soldier Field. Miami needs that game badly. They jumped out 10-0, but the Colts have answered back. Nick Lowry's hit a 36-yard field goal for the Chiefs as they're in the playoff hunt. And Detroit and Tampa Bay, and the Lions are out in front there, 17-0. The Steelers, trying to keep their playoff hopes alive, too, lead 14-3 over New England. New England with 67 total yards in the game so far. Robert Perryman off the left side goes out over the 25 to the 27-yard line, tackled by Tim Johnson and Jerry Olszewski.
You have to wonder whether or not the Patriots are saying John Stevens, it's late in the year. We're not in the playoff hunt. He's been banged up for much of the season. Maybe we don't push our luck with his injury, make him strong for next year, because right now he's not carried the ball very often. It's been all Perryman, who has 6 carries on the day.
Perryman and Stevens. There's John Stevens. He's tried to run outside a couple of times, hasn't been able to get there. Wilson unloads, and it is caught. This time, Lynn Dawson. They say a great blocking tight end. As a matter of fact, Marc Wilson said last night to us he's probably the best in the business blocking, but he shows us he has some hands there, and New England gets a first down.
Well, you remember Dawson during the Super Bowl against the Bears a couple of years ago had a severe knee injury during the game, missed an entire year, and the Patriots really missed him. He is big, strong, has the ability to hook a defensive end or a linebacker that allows them to run wide. He's a key to their running game.
So it's a first down out to their own 37-yard line. Wilson back again. Now he's looking for Hart Lee Dykes. Incomplete. Boy, that was good position by Dwayne Woodruff, who had a better chance to catch the ball than Hart Lee Dykes did. Woodruff might have slammed his wrist down because he got up a little bit slowly on that right wrist.
Well, what Dykes will learn as he goes through the years is that just because you're big and tall, you still got to win at the line of scrimmage. He's got to get a good release off the ball and then make Woodruff believe he's either going to stop short or run straight to the goal line. You'll lose every single foot race with a defensive back because they've got a 7-yard head start. And that's what rookie wide receivers learn as they get beat enough running those patterns in the NFL.
Second down 10 for Marc Wilson. John Stevens is the lone back in the backfield now. And Wilson has trouble coming out of there. He tripped, pulling away from center, and loses about 6 or 7 yards on the play back inside the 30-yard line. Marc Wilson couldn't get away from center cleanly and tripped and went down. So Flutie will signal in another play.
Again, a lot of it has to be the turf. It's frozen. It's tough for the spikes to dig into it, and that apparently is what happened. It didn't look like anyone tripped up Marc Wilson. He simply fell back on the bad turf.
He lost 7. It's third down and 17 with 10.5 left to go here in the first half. It's 14-3 Steelers. New England with 3 wide receivers in the game, and they keep 2 backs in the backfield now. Irving Fryer goes in motion. Down the middle, Hart Lee Dykes slipped and fell just as the ball was coming to him. He was open, and the ball was on the money, but Dykes couldn't come up with good traction, and he would have had the first down.
Yeah, again, a smart play by Dykes. He was 2 yards past the first down marker. But, you know, this turf will affect all the games in the NFL this week. I mean, many of the games are here in the East. There are a lot of important contests, and this will mess up an offense as sure as a good defensive play. Tough turf. This stuff is frozen.
Because that ball was right there, and so was Hart Lee Dykes. Jeff Fiegels is into punt. Rod Woodson to return. And in the battle of field position in this game, Pittsburgh is winning that, as once again Fiegels is punting deep in his own territory. Unloads a high punt. Woodson from his 31. Boy, got away from a Rod McSwain tackle. And that's Jerry Fury down there too. And Mike Morris, that was Mike Morris rather, number 64 for New England, who was down there, but somebody got him by the collar and tried to rip him down, and Woodson not too happy about it. 10:05 left here in the first half. We'll be back.
The Mitsubishi Mirage. Buy the special edition Mirage EXE and get air conditioning and AM/FM cassette at no extra charge.
I just did something incredible. 5 minutes ago, I had gray hair, but now I don't. And this is what did it. New Option Instant from Clairol. The advanced way to get rid of the gray. Option Instant for men is different. With theirs, you have to pour and mix ingredients, but Option's the advanced way. All you need is this. It's so easy. And only 5 minutes later, your natural-looking color's back.
Hair feels thicker, too.
New Option Instant from Clairol, the advanced way to get rid of the gray.
The Mitsubishi Mirage. Buy the special edition Mirage EXE and get air conditioning and AM/FM cassette at no extra charge.
I thought, this isn't a little quake. 504, it just felt like a giant jackhammer hit the house. The Allstate claims adjuster was driven down here and introduced himself as Roger. He just took me around and consoled me and told me that we were going to get a place to stay in, we were going to be able to rebuild. And then he did something he didn't have to do. He started climbing right up there and hauling stuff out for us. You know, you listen to these ads about you're in good hands, and if you don't go through it, it's just one more ad that you laugh at. Well, I won't laugh at it now.